Good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another show of Campus Care Debate Competition. Debate competition's topic is: Does modern social media make people less socially active? And as you all know, it's really a hot topic of discussion wherein we are talking about people who are using social media and making it so inevitable in your life, wherein you are socially inactive to people around you. So we have brilliant line of students wherein we are talking about different point of views from them, and expressing their viewpoints on the same. We have students with us. Very warm welcome to all the students, guys. All the very best, and each one of you have certain ways of expressing, so make sure it's just how you want to express your viewpoints on the same. Over to you, guys. Who would like to go first?
Me,
All right, Radhi. Radhi, right?
ma'am, it's Vridhi. It's Vridhi.
Radhi.
Yes, it's Vridhi.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Myself, Vridhi Chaurasia from Shantidham Senior Secondary School. I am in the favor of the statement, just modern social media make people less socially active. Social media is making people to depart from their families by making it size endless. For a large number of people, social media is a means of entertainment, not a source of learning or exploring. People are focused on looking at social media, but when they are out at events, it may be costing them in social interaction. When this social media come at first and surveys, it states that greater use of internet was associated with declines in participants, communication in families, decreased the size of social circles, as well as increased the number of depression and loneliness. According to the report of DNA India, it says that social media addiction and phone addiction is considered equal to the addiction of drugs and gambling. Social media addicts develop a high level of loneliness in them. In severe cases and extreme cases, people feel restless and irritated as well. This social media have created such a deep impact on students and kids. If someone take their device away, their websites away, they become restless, sad, and angry at the same time. Apart from this, we have health hazards as well. Long screening affects our eyes, causes exposure to UV rays, and risk to migraine. Thank you.
Thank you, Radhi. Who do we have next?
So, ma'am, I will speak.
Sure, Simran.
Okay. So, warm greetings to all of you. Today, we all are here for the debate on the topic: Does social media make people less socially active? Respected mentors and my dear friends, I'm Simranpreet Chahal from grade 9th of the Millennium School, Batala, in the favor of the social media. So, according to my opinion, the social media is making people more socially active. So, friends, I would like to start my topic from the time of the pandemic. All of us are the eyewitness of that hard time. Social media was only the source of communication with our loved one. Although we are well maintaining the social distances, but we are all able to talk with our loved ones. Just because of the social media, we were able to connect with the peoples, and the social media is a platform that helps to boost and support the morale of other peoples. So, as a student, I get so many information and help from the social media in my studies, and it is much easier than the earlier time. I hope that you agree to my this point. We have experience of online classes. Today, all of us are you all are agreed that the learning is much easier nowadays as compared to the earlier time.
Hello.
And so we are much
एक काम कर
to
मेरे बैग
our
में एक बार
elders
मेरा
one.
बैग ये खोल के देख
So,
ले कि
friends, this is just
उस
because of
पीछे
our
वो म्यूजिक बंद है या नहीं जहाँ पर वो है
we know the smart work
क्या
techniques rather than the hard work
बैग
techniques. So many of us are in the
And
opinion
studies
that
with
we are
one
missing the
man.
social interaction and also the physical fitness,
ठीक है
so which we are facing these days. Friends, I don't believe that it's the
पढ़ना है कुछ नहीं
reason, it's blame of the technology to this reason.
ठीक है
We individual are responsible for this problem. As the change is a law of the nature, which means the changes of the season, so likewise, we need to change our thinking. Let me explain my point to you. We change our eating habits, our sense of dressing, etc. So likewise, we have to change our vision towards the social media. I believe nothing is wrong in using the social media. Today, all of us are sitting at our places and interacting with each other. And this is only possible just because of the social media. We don't know each other personally, but then also we are able to share our opinion with each other. So today, friends, when the peoples move out from their houses for earning their bread far away from their houses, and they are able to connect with their family members only just because of the social media. The mile far away distance is traveled in a seconds when they make a video call. So am I right? So friends, how we can deny the blessing of the social media? I believe that it's up to you that how we should use the technology. Every coin have a two sides, but its value remain the same. So it's up to the individual how to use the technology. Social media is an important part of our life today, which make our life easier and better today. If individuals are responsible for the misuse of the technology,
Siri.
it's not the fault of a technology. It's a
Hi,
fault of
Siri.
ourselves. Like when we are sick, we go to the doctor and doctor give us medicine. And when we use a medicine in a wrong way, and when we didn't go to the doctor, both harm us in this case. Similarly, if we don't use the technology or if we use it in a wrong way, both are not in the favor of us. So friends, it is crystal clear that social media is not making us less socially active. So thank you for listening me.
Thank you, Simran. Who do we have next who would like to speak?
Ma'am, can I speak?
Yes, Tanvir.
Yes. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Tanvikar of grade 9 from the Millennium School, Batala. I am in the favor of the topic that modern social media makes people less socially active. It does this as after the pandemic has taken place, the average screen time has increased by 5 to 7 hours per day. Like we people are wasting 5 to 7 hours a day, and in return, we are getting nothing. Like in the times of COVID, it helped us to be entertained, but instead of that, we started wasting our time. And still today, when things are pretty normal, we are still wasting our time. Another example is, so a few days ago, I visited a family restaurant with my family, and I noticed one thing about a girl. She was watching cartoons on her phone. Like, I can assume that the girl must be of my age, and like, we people are so engaged in such things that we forget that real life things which are much more better. Social media is more of an anxiety than an entertaining platform. We people compare ourselves with some so-called influencers on the internet, and then we feel insecure about ourselves. Children of today's time play online games on phones or laptops instead of playing physically, and as a result, they are physically weak. So, by these points, this is clear that the modern social media is making people less socially active. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanvir. Thank you, Tanvir. Who do we have next?
Ma'am, can I speak?
Absolutely, Jasmine.
A very warm greetings from Jasmine to all of you. I am Jasmine from grade 9 and I shall be representing the Millennium School Battalion. So, hello, my friends. I would just say that tell me who is not using social media. I guess everybody is using. So I'm in the favor of the statement that yes, social media is making us less socially active. So first, let us understand the meaning. What is the meaning of socially active? A socially active person spends a lot of time with other people. A meaning extroverted. But are we? No, no, definitely not. We observe the life of people instead of thinking of art. We are dreaming instead of doing. We are liking what we see but hating what we do. We are like, gosh, this girl is having very good dresses. Gosh, her shoes. But see, we have 10 of them, but we say, no, I want more. This girl is having this, but I am not. You know what? Social media has increased the risk of depression, anxiety, loneliness, self harm, and even suicidal thoughts. We all do a lot of chatting on social media, even with the people we don't know. But whereas it comes the time to meet them face to face, our confidence is blown up. We don't even know what to say. We don't even know how to talk with them. This is the result of social media. I may ask everybody in here that do you have any thought that how many monthly active users are there of Facebook? Do you know it? Okay. No. Let me tell you. There are 2,895 million users of Facebook. And all of them, there are 49% of death cases from them. Social media is increasing the rate of death. So let me give you one example. Few days back, a 17-year boy did a suicide because of cyberbullying. A dolphin which is getting extended day by day, which is an endangered animal. People were busy clicking a picture of a dolphin in a mob shop rather than putting it back into water. This is what we humans are doing. I would say that yes, there are tons of things invented for us, for our pleasure, for our leisure time, but please use it safely. Anything in extent, it will be harmful. It is definite. It is a universal truth. So I would say, to conclude my side, I would say that use anything but in a limit. Out of a limit, anything can be harmful. Literally anything. So thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. All right, guys. So a little information. Meanwhile, your votes, your results, and your winning, criteria are based on your votings. So make sure each one of you is subscribing. Your parents, friends, and family are subscribing and voting for you guys. So make sure each one of you gets voting on our YouTube channel. So and it happens on live only. So do subscribe our channel and vote for your favorite contestant. All right. So who is going to be the next one?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Gargi.
So, good evening, everyone. Myself, Gargi Pandey of Shantidham Senior Secondary School of class 9th A. I'm sitting here by against the motion. And I would like to begin by saying that staying connected with our friends, family, and relative is our requirement for good and working life. And this can be done through social media in a very cost effective way. Not only we can interact with our friends and family members, but it gives the platform to share our views and opinions to many people. It increases the tendency of sharing information and has a positive impact on socialization and increases our social contact. Social media sites positively correlate with maintaining interpersonal relationship, social enhancement, etc. Social media sites also help the introverts in our society to develop communication skills and talk to different people in the society. Recent new studies found that even the use of social media increases drastically, the level of socialization will not decrease. Also, a survey found that 80% of teens believe that social media help them to get more connected with their friends and family members, and 2/3 of them stated that it helped them to get converted and have a network with more diverse people and have a support system during their trying times. These data purely states that social media helps people to socialize and get connected with the world. Using social media for positive purposes like upliftment of needy person, sharing their thoughts and opening their talents uh, can connect to the mass medias very easily. At the last, I would just like to say that basic of all these things is that social media do not make people less social, rather it creates a bridge between distant people. Thank you.
Thank you, Gargi. Who do we have next?
Ma'am, I.
Yes, Prachi.
Good evening to all. Myself Prachi Pandey, student of Shantidham Senior Secondary School. As you know, today we are here to debate on topic that is, does modern social media make people less socially active? And I am again this topic. I think that social media does not make people less socially active, and I bet this has been asked every time. As new technology has been developed, social media has in many ways made us more social. I don't know about you, but I now know what my brother in America doing, what my neighbor up the street had dinner last night, and all about my friends' latest updates. Before social media, I was unable to keep up with so many people. Social media did not social media did not stop me from going out or seeing people's. In fact, it helped me remember more peoples than I did before. I bet that when the Pony Express came about, people's complained that it was making people less social. Why? Don't you go and talk to people like you used to? Yes, some people use it as an excuse not to go out, but then those are the type of people who were antisocial anyhow. To blame a technology for human behavior is ludicrous. People don't need to go out anymore. People used to need go out with their friends to find out from their computer screen without any real human contact or conversation. As the world progresses and technology advances, social media has taken a big part in many people's life. It's not just a place to connect with friends and to be updated on the latest trends, but a huge way of connecting for many people. So I think that social media does not make the people less socially active. It makes them more social. Thank you.
Thank you, Prachi. Who do we have next?
Ma'am, I would like to speak.
Yes, Srishti. Also, guys, after Srishti is completed, we do have a room for interjection. So anybody who would like to interject can, the floor will be open to that.
Okay, can I start?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. A very warm and refreshing good evening to everyone. Today, I, Srishti Pandey, a 12th standard student, is going to represent Shanti Dham Senior Secondary School. And I am going for the motion. Does modern social media makes people less socially active? Well, yes, I think it does. By following people on social media and not communicating with them privately, we can only know about what they are posting, but we are completely unaware about what is happening in their lives, which means that we have no meaningful connections with our friends. The convenience of contacting people online made us prefer it over meeting our friends. A few people now have social anxiety due to not having enough face to face interactions. When we avoid talking to people for a long time, automatically we develop a fear to involve in small talks. Trolling in social media is also a big issue as it affects self-esteem of many people. In present time, several people are addicted to their smartphones and especially this so-called social media. This leads to them with no time to interact with people in a real life. Even when they are speaking with people face to face,
they are getting distracted by the notifications in their phones and they are not concentrating on the conversation. Like these days, when youngsters meet, most of them probably are busy in taking pictures or recording videos and posting them on social media rather than enjoying or living the moment. It also captures income inequality, and also I think in next decade we may see a very much young people who know just the right emoji for a situation, but not a right facial expression for it. This may become true if we prefer virtual life over our real life. Thank you.
Thank you, Srishti. The room is or the floor is open for interjection. Anybody who would like to interject? Anybody? All right, guys. Who do we have next?
I would wish to speak.
Absolutely, Manjot.
Greetings, everyone. I am Manjot. I am representing Bright Scholar Senior Secondary School, Sonipat. I'm from class 11. So, social media has grown rapidly in the past decade. We all know that. And as it grown number of people on Twitter, Facebook, etc., it is seeking our attention towards the impact of social media on our lives. I am against this motion because I think the idea of social media was to connect people socially, even at a distance, having differences between them. The relatives who are living far away, we can connect with them. But I think it is the unthoughtful behavior of people and the unuseful time management which is leading to negative impacts of social media. There are many resources around us. People, some use it in a positive way, some use it in a negative way. Same is the case with social media. People are running small businesses, establishing their careers on social media, making new friends. Some people have made really strong bonds. And I think it's totally upon the people how they take it. Social people are active virtually, social virtually, but not in real life. It's the I think it's people at fault, not the technology. It was made for our betterment. So social media is eating up face time, which is known as social displacement. I think that it's people responsible for it, not the social media, the technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Manjot. Who do we have next? Who would like to go next? Is everybody through with their way of portraying the topic? So, do we have Srishti? Do we have Srishti?
Yes, ma'am.
You've spoken, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Vedansh? Do we have Vedansh with us? Simranpreet?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
You've spoken, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we don't have Vedansh with us. So, is there anybody who would like to interject? It's a debate competition, guys, and nobody has cross questioned anybody, and nobody has any issues with somebody portraying something. So, no for and against counter questions to anybody?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Yes, Radhi.
One of my friends said, pandemic time, social media helped people to interact. But what after the pandemic time? Are they such a good friends when there was a pandemic time? And I just want to say that pandemic is natural. It is not permanent. It is temporary. We have seen of COVID, it is only for 2 years. So we can't say that it always help people.
Riddhi, what? Who was? You were counter questioning to anybody who's speaking against or can answer that. She hasn't addressed it to a particular person, right, Riddhi?
Yes.
And you are speaking for the motion, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so anybody who's against the motion can answer that.
Ma'am, the question wasn't clear.
Could you repeat, Riddhi, what exactly are you asking?
One of my fellow mates and friends said, pandemic times social media help people interact. So I just want to say that pandemic time is not permanent. It is temporary and it has now gone. So somehow it has helped people.
Uh, I think that there are on daily basis there are many cases around us, and they get viral on social media. People send help through it virtually, and there are also many other cases. It's upon people how they take benefit of it. And on the time of pandemic, whether it was permanent or temporary, but it was still helpful. I think it was people who helped them, and whether virtually or face to face, it's upon people. I think social media has really helped, and temporary or permanent, it doesn't matter. On daily basis, it helps a lot of people.
In your speech, you have stated that it's people responsibility how they use social media. But I just want to state that we are not here to tell the etiquettes of normal human. It's our I accept that it's our responsibility, but we are not talking about the social media, and it should not be the point that it's people responsibility to use. It should not be the mode of discussion. And one more point that you have stated is that small businesses are grown up with the help of social media. But what if that small businesses are overtaken by larger companies? These larger companies have face between people, and people are influenced seeing those faces. The same case applies with the movies. Either if it is wrong or real, they accept their idol what they are seeing. So there are very less chances that they might grow up.
All right. So I hope everybody has concluded and has are through with whatever they want to express. Right. So basically we were talking about, does modern social media make people less socially active? So technology has changed lives as we know it. A decade ago, we couldn't even imagine half the things we do today. Right? Everything is now available at our fingertips. A stable internet connection and a gadget connects you with the entire world. However, it's not all rainbows and roses. The technological development comes with its fair share of downsides. When was the last time you enjoyed a cup of coffee without posting it on Instagram? I mean, I barely could imagine. Technology has brought the world closer but drifted people apart. There is no denying the fact that technology improves our lifestyles by heaps and bounds. Everybody is available online. You can place orders, book tickets, work, and get things delivered to your doorstep. Stepping out of your house seems redundant if you have enough apps and gadgets. And considering the current situations or situations that we've faced in past, this has proved to be a blessing in disguise. Staying indoors was the new norm, and technology is what keeps us sane and stable. From university students to working professionals, everyone is dependent on technology, and we have work from home options, online courses, internships, etc., for better career prospects. But this convenience comes at a cost. There are several studies that highlights how gadgets make us lazy, unproductive, and even easily distracted. Too much of good things can turn toxic, and our relationship with technology proves that. Thanks to technology, people can get real time updates on what's happening around the world. However, like all good things, even technology has a downside. Being glued to our screens all day raises many physical and psychological concerns. So, is technology really making us antisocial? Well, everyone has a different point of view on this, and it would be unfair to paint the debate as black or white, right? Every generation has a different take on this argument. The millennials or the Gen Zs believe that the technology is indispensable. The boomers generation blames phones and gadgets for all the wrong in the world. Both these perspectives have their own pros and cons. Look up from your phone, talk to us, stop being a couch potato, are some of the common complaints parents keep on addressing. So we face a lot of problems. There are plenty of problems with that. Everything is now available online, and this is overload of content, and we get overwhelmed by it. There's an overwhelming feeling for that. Search engines like Google also tracks us users activity, their personal information. Technology now infringes our most private spaces. Everyone can see your posts, pictures on social media. Identity thefts, fake profiles, online trollings, etc., cyberbullying are even some major concerns for users. Abusers protected by anonymity of the internet hurls threats at people for their different opinions. Social media also promotes harmful self and body image stereotypes. We often look up celebrities online and envy their lifestyle and luxuries. In fact, social media has become such a competitive space that it pushes away from the reality. And we all can agree to that. We run to create a virtual alternative to reality instead, and we prefer to live in it. Technology developments have a huge impact on mental wellness. On the positive side, with technology, we can diagnose diseases, simplify businesses, and improve our lifestyles. On the downside, technology also makes us uh, complacent, lethargic, and antisocial. So, is technology all bad? Or is modern technology or is modern social media all that bad? Like most others, is a tool that has both good and bad aspects. It would be unfair to paint a black and white picture for this debate, like I mentioned. But like one of you said, excess of everything is bad. So a minimum and the best use of any latest advancements, whether it's modern social media, whether it's overuse of any uh, platform that you're given. So if you notice, everybody would agree to me that if you notice our concentration has gone to a lower level. Our attention span has decreased because we are used to 30-second, 10-second, 5-second, 15-second reels. If we find anything good with it, we keep on looking at it. Otherwise, we scroll up. So we have a very less attention span in terms of whatever content is being delivered to us because we have ample amount we are talking about. So do think of it, guys. Whatever topics that we bring into you is just to introspect and understand what all is it causing us and at the cost of what. So with this note, I, Sakshi, host of the evening, would like to sign off, promising to come back with yet another interesting topic wherein these millennials will be talking about something interesting and sharing their views on us. Thank you so much, guys, and have a lovely evening. Do subscribe our channel and hit